Welcome back to my very serious review of the Creator Series. We've reached round 3, the Volkswagen Beetle Light Rallycross car at Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. In the off-week at Sebring, nothing happened. I mean, really, I 100% did not make the worst race strategy calls in the history of racing. Which, needless to say, I now feel eminently qualified to be on the stand for Scooter Ray Ferrari on the weekends. Also, this track is literally located just north of Highway 8, which, if you're from Wisconsin, officially makes it up north, don't you know? My paint scheme for this week is an absolute classic for the Beetles car, but I found it very quickly. A lot of my audience had no idea where it came from. It was the final unlockable car from Beetle Adventure Racing in 1999, which is the year I consider to be the peak of civilization. This race had the fewest competitors so far this season at 16 cars, which happened for various reasons, some understandable, and some perhaps because content creators are cheapskates. So it was decided to find some people who actually did own the track. This is Quinton Delamo. He was a Pro Series driver in 2022, and he won the Dirt Rally 2.0 Rallycross World Championship. Predictably, he set the fastest time in qualifying, followed by Kamikaze in P2, and Aerotech in P3, and I qualified 5th with thanks to my Dirt Off-Road All-Star appearances where I actually ran this combo. Crandon is known for its land rush style start. Basically, the Oklahoma land rush but with 2 rows of cars.
Godspeed, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the turn 1 wall.
I was going to make fun of him for this, but it turns out the corner head actually is considered turn 1. The 16 of us dropped our clutches and rushed across the grass towards certain disaster. Also new this week was Love 46, a very successful streamer and an IRL racing driver herself from Kazakhstan, with a username much easier to say than Ozretskovskaya. Kamikaze led from Aerotech and Delamo in the early going, and the inevitability of the pace difference was apparent.
No! Oh, go away! Leave me alone! Damn it!
Car contact was frequent, but this is Rallycross after all, which upon the first weeks of release on iRacing was the closest equivalent to the Yellowstone death zone you could possibly have in a sim racing legal system. Drive a car off the track? No action taken. Be part of an incident at the fastest corner of the track? No action taken. Actually, does IndyCar Race Control call the shots from Yellowstone?
Alright, I was letting you guys race for the start, but any big crashes from now on will trigger the safety car, so get to it.
I need you two to have an argument. Yes, the argument!
The rules for safety car activation this week is a large accident or any car that was rolled onto its roof.
And safety car in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's a car on its roof. Okay, safety car is coming in. Leader, you control the pace. And restart at your discretion.
Even the appropriately titled unsafety car couldn't help but give the big jumps at Crandon a go.
That was amazing.
Kamikaze raced away from the field as Delamo fell down the order after a pit stop for fuel, but he had no problems driving back to the front. Kamikaze took the victory in the heat race when we all discovered after the race what the heat race was really for. It was for the privilege of having your final finishing position reversed on the grid for the next race. The most rational move was apparently to refuse to race until the feature event that awarded all the points, so you could start on pole position. Here was the beginning of the race that actually awarded all the points. El Taco Man jumped to the lead as the carnage everyone expected to see for the land rush start faithfully occurred.
Safety car in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow down, everybody.
Encephalosis mistakenly kept on racing, but I make videos and I'm supposed to create engagement and beef, so I clearly believe he blatantly tried to steal the lead under caution, but El Taco Man was having none of it. I dove straight for the pits to fill my car with fuel for the full race distance, my hashtag horror crash at the start now being incredibly convenient for my race. In the back of the pack, but no longer having to stop again, I was quite confident I could inherit the lead so long as we stayed green. Somehow during this exchange in the cowboy hairpin, I did not lose any spots. As a great racing poet once said during the heyday of an internet car racing series set to classical music once said, "Position through attrition, baby." I hate to say I actively root for cars to crash, but had certain cars not crashed last year, I wouldn't have held a black belt in iRacing any car. It just so happens I benefited here as well. Delomo and Kamikaze brawled for the lead with El Taco Man as I continued to slowly slice my way through the field. The leaders pit with around 2/3 of the race distance to be completed, and I found myself in the lead of the race. I knew this wasn't going to be the end, as with Kamikaze and Quentin were still 2 seconds faster than me a lap, not to mention drivers behind like Arrow as well still in the hunt. The best I could hope for was for every driver behind me to be involved in the slobber knocker of a fight. As Aiden Pohl was navigating lap traffic, he was involved in an incident which knocked him back across the last sector, which then officially counted as another lap completed. So let the record show that Aiden was the leader for 2 laps until being black flagged, although he was very baffled to find out he had become the leader.
Is it possible to get a black clear?
You probably don't need an introduction to him, but he is pole racing. He makes great videos, and as shown here, he is a man of integrity.
I'm gonna go through the pits. I'm currently P1 by like 2 minutes or something.
Now apparently I haven't taken the lead back. The field was directly behind me, and I was sweating bullets. I said during my stream on twitch.tv/BrendanHyperstar that I was actually more afraid of the cowboy hairpin than the land rush start. Unfortunately for poor B-Royd ahead of us, he got righted down the middle of the corner directly in front of us. He apologized profusely, but it's totally okay, we kept on rolling. B-Roy is a streamer who will have the chance to meet at the Sim Gaming Expo September 5th to the 7th. 2 corners later, I gave it all away. And it was all the more painful when I heard...
Safety car. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Safety car out, slow down.
This incredibly unlucky flip would end the race with a 3-lap shootout. Deloma was the certain victor, leaving Aero and Kamikaze to battle out for second place, while I watched forlornly from P4. While crashing out from the lead was not ideal, no one was beating Quinton Deloma today in an excellent drive. And after seeing what happened to Ryan L83 here, I guess it really could have gone worse. Poor Ryan didn't even cross the finish line, and he fell all the way to P13. With 3 rounds of points events in the books, here are the championship standings. Kamikaze holds a commanding lead of nearly a full race win points gap over Sparks in second, followed by Strasner in third, holding a 1-point advantage over myself. Aiden Pohl holds 6th place, followed by El Taco Man. Aerotech and Monkey Matt are tied for 7th, while Alex Gillen and Encephalosis round up the top 10. Next week's race is the Formula Ford at Lime Rock Park, with rain likely to occur. I love the Formula Ford. In fact, I loved it so much, I ran 20 Formula Ford races once in a single weekend. But that wasn't for pleasure, it was strictly for business. A means to an end. All to rocking my Formula rating to the moon, all for the sake of qualifying for the IndyCar Pro Series. What was wrong with me, man?